Hola, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos at Tina's Spanish Cafe, where we share in good conversation, in good cafecito, but especially where we learn Spanish. Cafecito is a very important part of Latin culture, and I love what it represents. It represents good conversation, friends, family, and my cafecito cup this time comes from Brazil. I love the memories that I get when I think of where I got my cafecito cups. So, muito obrigado, Brazil. Fantástico. Gracias. You're going to love our lesson for today. After today, you're going to learn how to express future tense in Spanish without having to learn the future tense endings, which comes at a much, much later lesson. How do we do that? Vamos al pizarrón. The first thing that we do is to learn the conjugations for the verb ir. Ir means to go in Spanish. This is not an ending like the IR ending verbs that we have already learned. This is a verb in itself. It's an irregular verb. And what does that mean? It means that it does not follow a pattern. Kind of like the verb to be in English. To be, but it's I am, you are, he, she is. See how irregular that is? That's how this is too. These are the conjugated forms of the verb ir. Remember, to conjugate, or when we conjugate, each subject takes its own form of the verb. So for the yo form is voy. Yo voy para Italia. I am going to Italy. Tú vas para España. Él, ella, usted. Usted, remember, is the formal form of tú when you are talking directly to someone in authority over you or someone that you don't know very well. You need to keep that distance. Usted, the form, the conjugated form here is va. Nosotros, vamos. Ustedes, you guys. That's the plural form of tú and usted. Van. Ellos y ellas, they, ellos, they, masculine and plural, ellas, they, feminine, plural. Van. These two forms are always the same, but I just like to write them out because I want you to see them, how they go. So now that you know how to conjugate the verb ir, we will go over to the other side of our pizarrón, and you will learn how, using these conjugated forms, you can speak in the future tense. Vamos con mi marcador. The verb ir, which we just conjugated. You take this verb ir in its conjugated form. Let's start with yo. That's the easiest one, right? The one that we all learned right away. So let me take that. Yo voy. Okay, here's my form of ir. Now this formula tells me that I need an a. So yo voy a. I'm halfway there. Now I need the infinitive form of the next verb. Let's say that what you want to say is yo voy a comer. I am going to eat. So you have yo voy a comer. You leave it in the infinitive. You learn the ER ending verbs and IR ending verbs and AR ending verbs in previous lessons. So now you're saying yo voy a comer en el restaurante mañana. See how you're expressing a future action by just learning to conjugate the verb ir, putting a, and the infinitive of the next verb, depending on what it is that you are going to do. Let's take another one. Instead of yo, I'm going to say nosotros. So, Nosotros vamos, right? Here's the form of ir. Vamos, oops, we only need one I in vamos. Vamos a, now I need the infinitive form here. Nosotros vamos a escuchar. Let's take that one. Escuchar. Escuchar means to listen, right? Nosotros vamos a escuchar música. Música. See that? We are going to listen to music. It's an action that you are going to perform in the future. Want to see another one? Which one should we take? How about ellos or ellas? I'm going to just put a noun instead of the pronoun. How about los chicos? Move my mecedora a little bit over to that side. There, now I have them. Los chicos, the boys, huh? Los chicos is my subject. Now I need the form of the verb ir in its conjugated form, of course. Los chicos, and we said that los chicos is van. Los chicos van, now I need an a. Los chicos van a estudiar en el parque. En el parque. The boys are going to do what? Going to study in the park. Another one, ustedes. I'll give you this one. Ustedes van, the ustedes form, van a, don't forget that a aprender mucho español. You are going to learn a lot of Spanish. Ustedes van a aprender mucho español. Another one. Let's take tú. Tú vas a aprender francés en Francia. You are going to learn French in France. Do you see that? Is that not easy? And is that not handy? Let's recap. All you need to do is learn to conjugate the verb ir, which in English means to go. These are the conjugations when each subject takes its own ending. Voy for yo, vas for tú, él, ella, usted va, vamos for nosotros, ustedes van, ellos y ellas van. You conjugate the verb ir. After that you have a, and then the infinitive of the next verb, depending on whatever it is that you are going to do. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I'm sure it's going to come in super, super handy. So now you learn, you do or should know, you do know how to conjugate verbs in the present tense, and now you know how to express something in the future tense. Gracias. Hasta la próxima. I do have a written version of this lesson, and if you would like it, please visit my website, www.tinaspanishcafe.com, www.tinaspanishcafe.com. Hasta la próxima y muchísimas gracias.